The weather, it's going to be hot, and the wind for sure in this region is a tricky one, because you really never know when it picks up or when it slows down. We already had a few stages here where we always left and right on the bike. This seems to be okay, but you see already here in the final like 25 kilometers an hour. I'm just thinking also about the Ineos, but you really have to be alert again. The start is given, some roundabouts, open fields, so you see it's not as open I think as yesterday, but you also saw yesterday you don't need much, you just have to be awake. It's a long stage, to be honest you never know in these stages, especially with still 2 mountain stages to come. Could also be that nobody moves, or 10 guys go, so for that we have to be awake. And then do we control or not control? I think if you have the legs, I really would go in the breakaway if it goes, because this one can go to the end and it's a possible stage win. If 2 guys go, I think we maybe can control. Alpecin also has that idea. But if 10 guys goes, to be honest guys, on this peloton, you just kill yourself. And especially still with 2 mountain stages to come, we also have to be a little bit aware of. If it's possible to control it, I think we do, but not that, like if it's a breakaway like yesterday, then you kill yourself.
Would the record-chasing Mark Cavendish put Deceuninck Quick-Step on the front and ride for a bunch sprint, or would it be another one for the breakaway? That was the question. Another hot day in the south of France, but crucially, not as windy as yesterday. The 3 breakaway riders weren't given too much rope by the sprint teams, with the gap never exceeding 5 minutes. Race leader Tadej Pogačar flanked by UAE Team Emirates, with Deceuninck Quick-Step still doing most of the work in the peloton. Petr Vakoč also up there for Alpecin Fenix sprinter Jasper Philipsen. The intermediate sprint came with just over 100 kilometres still to ride.
Michael Matthews, Philipsen, then Morkau trying to bring Mark Cavendish through to take these points. There are 13 points on offer, so it's a good moment for them, and Cavendish decides that he's not going to contest it hard. Colbrelli, Matthews, Morkau, Philipsen, Cavendish.
The gap down to under 2 minutes before a moment of drama in the bunch.
Oh, a huge crash.
Oh, that's a terrible crash. The peloton that was going at very high speeds there.
A lot of riders have crashed. Some have gone into the ditch. The speed was 75 kilometers an hour at the time.
Well,
an incredible crash.
It's happened quite close to the back of the bunch. A lot of riders there going down the ditch. That's a terrible crash, and it will be very hard to come back from this.
What an awful crash. Are we going to see Eddy Merckx's record matched by Mark Cavendish? Deceuninck Quick-Step are getting set for the biggest lead out in decades.
Here we have Casper Asgreen still holding the pace. He's looking under his arm. Is Ballerini ready there to take over? Ballerini looking. Where's Michael Morkau? Cavendish well placed, still on the wheel.
The arrival then of Team DSM. They go round the left-hander. DSM make their move. Cavendish is still in the right position. Matej Moric is leading out Sonny Colbrelli. Here comes the team of Deceuninck Quick-Step, but Nasser Bouhanni has sneaked himself in. Cavendish trying to find his way out of the box, and there's an attack at the front, and it's Ballerini. Ballerini goes clear for Deceuninck Quick-Step. Cavendish is about to get ready, but Ballerini has a little bit of a gap on the rest of the riders. Who's going to take this one? Morkau is getting set to lead out Mark Cavendish. Is this going to be the record of Merckx? Philipsen goes on the left-hand side. Mark Cavendish, the Manx missile, matches Merckx. 34 wins in the Tour de France.
Mark!
Yeah!
even think about it. I'm afraid I'm so dead. 220 kilometres in that heat, that wind, that final. Whoa. Oh, I went deep there. I went so deep there. The boys were incredible. Oh, can't believe it. I haven't realised. It's still just another win on the Tour de France. It's like my first one. I've won a stage of the Tour de France. That's what I dreamed of as a kid. That's what I dream of now. And I worked so hard for it. And I know that, like, I just hope we've seen such a growth, especially in the UK, of cycling in the last, well, since I've started racing here at the Tour de France, you know. And if any one of my wins can inspire them kids to ride the Tour de France or the Tour de France Femmes next year, when they grow up, then that's what means the most to me, I think.
That's a really good one, man. 220 kilometers.
So tight.
I can imagine.
So
Well, a bit further back, Mark Cavendish was starting to lose contact.
This is Mark Cavendish, who's currently going through a bit of pain. He's done a tremendous job so far. We're going to see a very fast sprint here. Matthews has decided to go very early with Luca Metgetz. Cavendish reacts very late. Matthews moves, Morkau gets up on the wheel. Has Cavendish got the legs? This is a good move by bike exchange. Matthews has hit the front very, very early, and he's going to take the points. Great sprint by Matthews, really good tactics.
Onto the Cavendish, easily beating the time cut and staying in green, even if Michael Matthews did slightly cut the gap.
remember you, huh?
Do you remember me when I...
You still riding in this one?
Oh, it's a pleasure. Can I take a photo?
Of course, man.
Perfect.
Wow, it's a dream. Thank you. Wow. Thank you. Wow.
Good to see you again, man.
It's a dream. 34 victories. Okay. Wow, thank you.
Lui pour le maillot jaune, Nicolas Carl Armstrong. Il tentera de rentrer encore un peu plus dans l'histoire de Melbourne en s'imposant une 35e fois éventuellement la fin des Pyrénées à la ligne d'arrivée et donc la conclusion de ces étapes pyrénéennes pour marquer le point de s'imposer samedi sur les routes régulières de Bordeaux.
We made it, we made it.
The only one who won't be winning is green. That's still on the shoulders of Mark Cavendish. The Manx missiles made it through the mountains and can now switch his focus to a record 35th stage win in Libourne or Paris.
Hard, just suffering, you know. I've got a group of lads that suffered even more. For me, they could have easily sat in Gruppetto and just had a ride in. They went round me, rode in the wind, smashing rails on the descent and the flat, just to get me through. Like, oh, I'm a little bit emotional now actually.
Right. Hi. Look at Daddy. Look who it is. Daddy, have you got me my new green jersey?
Here we go. The Champs-Élysées, I must say, David and Mattia. I think all the rest already had the feeling. It's a goosebump moment. Once you hit Champs-Élysées, it's special. I can assure you, I already feel it. It's really a different feeling than in other races. But first of all, guys, what did we do? I mean, we did already an incredible tour. It's without words. From start till finish, every stage we had something to do. That's why it went so fast, this tour.
Even from Ricardo, it's without words.
Even what?
Even from you, it's without words.
We're a guy that talks a lot.
No, it was incredible, guys. From first stage till now, still want to go. Must say, we really nailed it this tour. And then of course we have Kev. Kev, you are something special. You will always be something special. You did not an amazing tour, but an incredible tour. Yeah, I think everybody who knows cycling, everybody who knows the sport, has so much respect for what you did now. Even though we still have one classic to go, which is Champs-Élysées, but that's for later on. But I think you can also motivate the team. You're always there. You are who you are. Whatever happens, whatever in the future will happen, I think with this team and this tour, I think everybody will remember this one, and everybody will have huge respect for you, as a person and as a rider, but also for sure as a person. So many respects for you, man. Yeah.
The peloton heading past the Louvre and up the Rue de Rivoli to the Champs-Élysées. The proper racing was set to begin as they crossed the finish line for the first time.
The race is underway. First attack of the stage to a rider from EF Education Nippo. As we've seen so many times before, closely followed by a Lotto Soudal rider.
Cavendish just biding his time as a strong trio moved off the front.
2 laps to go. 2 laps to go. Hold on to the car.
It's on the right, no?
Yes. Push him.
Come here, come here, come here. Let me look, let me look.
Okay, man. Okay, big push. Up. Okay, Davide is back. Davide is back.
6 secondes pour le trio de tête. 6 secondes, 6 seconds.
Okay, the breakaway is almost taken. 6 seconds. Now, if needed, we put also Julian in. And an extra Mattia. But for the moment, Julian, if you can ride. Tim is still there, I hope. And Dries, if you recover a bit, even if you can pull a bit, come on, man.
But Deceuninck Quickstep were patrolling at the front, trying to set up that record-extending 5th win for Cavendish in Paris, and of course his 35th overall. Ineos Grenadiers tried a late move, but the writing was on the wall. It was going to be another one for the fast men. Could anyone prevent Cav from overtaking Eddy Merckx?
Oh, come on, Amais. This is a very important part. Come on.
Wout van Aert is alongside Mark Cavendish. They're going to get set for this final run into the finish line. Who is going to take it round this final turn? It's not the same as it always is. Here we go, we get set.
There are 2 Deceuninck Quickstep riders in the front with Van Poppel in between them. Mark Cavendish is a little bit further back. He is on the wheel of Wout van Aert. Where is Morkau?
Here we go now. Cavendish almost hits the wheel of Wout van Aert. You can see him trying to work his way through. 500 metres to go. Morkau is not there. Cavendish is on the wheel. Here goes the team of Jumbo-Visma with Wout van Aert. Cavendish is ready to strike. Philipsen is there. Cavendish surfing the wheels. Moving up on the right-hand side. Here comes Cees Bol. It's Jumbo-Visma. Wout van Aert strikes. Cavendish gets ready. He has to freewheel. Philipsen is there as well. Cavendish can't get through. He's going to come very late. Who's going to get it? Photo on the line. Wout van Aert wins the stage for Belgium.
Okay, guys, was a tight one. Cav second. Good job, boys. We can be a bit disappointed for the second spot, but we can be only for 5 minutes. The rest, a hell of a tour, guys. We have green. Congrats for everything. Shit.
Enjoy the moment.
This is nice. This is nice.
I ask a lot of kids that watch cycling, tell me a dream team you'd like to ride for, and a lot of them would say Deceuninck Quickstep. Not just that, you ask a lot of professional riders now, what team would you like to ride for? A lot of them would say Deceuninck Quickstep, and it's the same for me. You know, I left this team in 2015 after 3 successful years, happy years, like the best years of my life, and I always missed it. always missed it, you know. And for Patrick to give me the opportunity to come back here, like, you cannot imagine how grateful I am. A lot of the team's changed, a lot of the staff are still the same, you know, the OGs of the team, you know, and there's like, I think 5 riders who were here when I was here, but the feeling, the emotions, the ambience of the team is the same, you know. You know, people could argue the Wolfpack thing's like a marketing thing, something to sell some t-shirts, but it's not. It's genuinely like you're part of a family that would mow the world down for each other, you know. Like, and I love it. I'm grateful to all my colleagues, riders and staff for making me feel welcome again, and for putting trust in me that I could win again, you know. To go from racing, just getting a couple of results, podiums, and then they kept trying, and I won. And putting everything in me, everything in themselves for me to win, showing that belief. I owe so many people here so much for the rest of my life, that's for sure.
Next